Hello, brides and grooms out there. In this video, we're going to go over 3 must-ask questions that you guys need to discuss together and figure out before you dive into and commit to doing wedding dance choreography.
That's right. For those of you who are new to this channel, this is Clara.
And this is Joel.
And we go over tips and tricks on helping total beginner dancers have fun and a natural, authentic dance at their wedding.
We give tips and tricks on this channel to help you guys decide what's best for you.
And all these tips and tricks are based on our 15 plus years as dance professionals, working with hundreds of couples and teaching over 20,000 lessons.
So if you like what you hear today and you want more tips and tricks, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below.
Stay in the loop so that you know whenever Joel and Clara post a new video here on YouTube.
Before we get started, make sure you stay till the end because we're going to show you a little snippet of wedding choreography that we worked on.
Exactly, and you will find out just how long it takes the average couple to learn it and get comfortable so that they can do it at their wedding.
So are you ready to dive in?
I think we are.
All right, and let's get started.
So our first question that we suggest you ask yourselves is, what is the tone that you want for your wedding dance?
Exactly. Do you want something grand and palatial, or do you want something more small and cozy?
Exactly. Is this dance going to be a big production and that you practiced it and you learned it and then you produced it on the dance floor? Or is it something that is more spontaneous, a little bit more natural, and possibly more authentic between the two of you?
A lot of people think that the grand palatial performance or production is the only way to go.
That's true. A lot of times we'll see dancing and we'll see it on YouTube or on television, and we'll see shows like Dancing with the Stars or World of Dance. And these are definitely choreographed numbers by basically professional dancers. But that's what a lot of people think. We have to do these choreographed numbers.
Because that's the only option. But actually, there is another option.
Yeah, there is an option where dancers, or I could say couples, learn to dance together and just have a dance together at their wedding with their guests watching them have that moment together.
It's not grand, it's not going to go viral, but it's an intimate moment that gives people that connection, that feeling that the two of you are just in love.
Exactly. To kind of put it and summarize it, the question that you can also ask yourselves is, what do you want your guests to say after you've had your first dance? Do you want them to say, wow, they put a lot of time and effort into that? Or, wow, they've learned that choreography and they've nailed it?
Or do you want them to say, oh, that was such a lovely moment.
Exactly.
I feel so blessed to have witnessed that and felt that connection.
Exactly. So there are two sides of the coin, and we want you guys to be able to make sure that you both are on the same side of the coin when it comes to which one you're going to commit to. Either big and palatial, producing some dance together and having that commitment to create that, or going the other route, which is learning to dance together, having that moment together, and it becoming a lot more spontaneous and less rehearsed.
So our second must-ask question is, what is your personality like? And is that consistent with the vision that you have for your wedding dance?
Exactly. Everyone has different personalities. Some people are really loud. They're very extroverted. They like being the center of attention, and others don't. They would rather, be part of the party, but not necessarily the center of attention. Questions to ask yourself in this conversation would be, for instance, if there was a dance circle, when you're at a club or at a party and people are around, are you the first person to jump in the middle and just start giving it with your dancing, and you want everybody to see you and look at you and admire your skills? Or are you the type of person that might be grooving on the side, enjoying everyone's company, enjoying the vibe, but not necessarily the one that wants to jump into the center?
Exactly. Yeah? And within the couple, you need to discuss that, because maybe one person is more extroverted and jumps right in there, and the other person is the introvert that tends to hang back and just enjoy observing the scene.
That's right. We just started actually working with another couple, and he actually really wanted to take the dance lessons and be part of what we're doing, whereas she was a little bit cautious and didn't necessarily feel comfortable getting in front of her friends and family dancing. And so what they did is that they found a compromise. They found a compromise, not necessarily doing something really big and brash and loud, but still to be able to have an idea of an intimate moment dancing together.
something that suits his personality and therefore making the couple feel more comfortable and more at ease dancing it.
And not just the couple, but also the guests. So if you take yourself out of your regular personality into something that's quite different, whether you're more introverted and you're trying to do something big, or even super big and you're trying to quell your extrovertedness, either way, people will pick up on it and watch the dance and go, there's something a little bit off.
Yeah, there might just be a little mismatch there.
Yeah, so we would want you guys to really understand what's your personality, what's your partner's personality, what is your couple's personality, and then either go for something that's a little bit bigger, a little bit more showy, a little bit more energetic, possibly with choreographed dancing, or a little bit more quiet, a little bit more intimate, more to do with just dancing together as a couple.
Before we go into our third must-ask question and show you some wedding choreography danced by yours truly, we want to hear from you whether you are an introvert personality or an extrovert personality.
Yeah, are you looking to have a more intimate, casual, understated dance, or are you looking to make a big production with your wedding dance?
Write it in the comments below so that we can get an idea of what you're going for.
Our third must-ask question is something that usually makes or breaks people in terms of whether or not they do dance choreography or not. And that has to do with time and commitment. All right, you guys, here is some wedding dance choreography we found online. We're gonna show you what it looks like and then analyze it afterwards. So now that you've seen us dance that little bit of choreography, let's break it down and understand what it's all about. It was about 30 seconds long, or just a little bit past 30 seconds.
And for you musicians out there, that's about 28 bars of music.
That's right. And within those 28 bars of music, we did about 7 foot patterns. And within those 7 foot patterns, about 8 different hand changes.
And if we estimate how much time it takes to learn each pattern, we generously estimate about 30 to 40 minutes.
Exactly. Some foot patterns will be much more simple and therefore easier to learn, and it won't take 30 minutes to learn those foot patterns. But for other ones, they're going to be a lot more complicated, and it will actually take way more than 30 minutes just to understand what's going on and feel comfortable doing them.
Just to give you an idea, the foot patterns that we learned, or the figures that we did in the little snippet of choreography that we just performed, it's on the more difficult scale.
Definitely, definitely. So if we take those 7 foot patterns and we multiply it by 30 minutes, we get 210 minutes worth of learning these foot patterns.
Which is about 3.5 hours.
Exactly. Now that is just learning the foot patterns. It has nothing to do with practicing them just yet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And because now this is choreography and we need to be able to string them from the first figure to the next and to the next and keep on going, doing them with music and consecutively without stopping, there definitely needs to be some practice.
Yes, there is no buffer, or there's no kind of room for error.
Exactly. So just to kind of give you an idea now, we think that for every minute of lesson, there should be a minute of practice. So it's
that again is very generous. Like that's going lowballing it.
Lowballing, exactly. So we've got our 3.5 hours of lesson time, and now we multiply that by 2 to get 7 hours worth of commitment for that 30 seconds of choreography. Right. So that's not your song. Your song is about 3 minutes or so, which is now timesing that by 6, which comes up to a whopping 42 hours worth of commitment.
So that's commitment of lesson time, practice time, all together.
Yeah, exactly. So some of you are going, wow, that's a lot. Some of you guys are going, oh yeah, that's what I thought. But for those of you who are going, holy cow, I don't know if I can commit 42 hours of my time before the wedding to really make this happen, don't worry. There is an alternative.
The alternative is learning how to dance together rather than memorizing a set routine.
Exactly. It's more about skills, and a lot of people think that learning to dance is actually more complicated, and by taking the easy way out, you just learn choreography and just get it done. But actually, because the choreography has zero buffer, you actually have to do so much more work. If you learn a skill, you can just do it over and over, and you can use it in any form or way that you want it to.
When you learn how to dance together, you can make it more natural and spontaneous. And then, therefore, each time you dance it, it's quite unique.
Exactly, and there's no need to be perfect when you're dancing it. And therefore, there's less stress about having to practice so many hours to get it right.
In our experience, we typically work with wedding couples for about 4 hours.
Exactly, they've got about 4 hours worth of instruction, and if we use the same multiplier, that's only 8 hours worth of commitment for them to have a natural, authentic, and fun dance together.
So to sum it up, if you have a lot of time on your hands and you also are the extroverted type that is looking for doing a performance for your guests, then definitely you can pursue wedding dance choreography.
And if you are not the type that wants to be in the middle of the dance floor and really busting out some big moves, or you don't want a big production for your wedding dance and would want it a little bit more understated,
or you just don't have the time because it's getting late.
Exactly. All of those things, then maybe pursue something different than wedding dance choreography.
Which means learn dance skills, learn how to dance together rather than learn routine.
Exactly. If you guys want a little bit more help in terms of strategy and things to do to help you with your natural wedding dance, check out this link in the description below where you can download a free copy of our natural wedding dance checklist.
It gives you a detailed blueprint of what exactly to do for your wedding dance.
And if you'd like to just have a fun, informative chat with Joel and Clara, there's also a link down below where you can get on our calendar and book a call with us.
So if you found any of this useful, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever we post a new video.
Thanks very much for watching the video. See you guys in the next one. Bye.